sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, it's a Week 14 matchup that should be a good one between the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Antonio Express. Space here. And 15 with Grant that got for 22 first down. Penalty accepted, and they move forward. Here's another first and goal from a little further back this time following the penalty. Here's Hurts to throw. Number 13 touchdowns now on the year. The Eagles have taken 13 in the first quarter lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that'll make the score 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at the 17-yard line. The offense now on the line, ready for their next drive. Still in the first half, this offense is struggling a little bit. Able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. See if they can do better here on this drive. It's incomplete. These two division rivals playing 8 games on the schedule this year. The first game goes back to week 10. And it was the visitors getting them there. So looking for the first sack back here. On second and 10. Prescott. That's complete. With it. And he goes out. Just shy of the 40. On the line down the game. Set for the catch and run. Here's the first carry for Austin Eckler. Another first down. After that exciting play call and the end result, because this team is down early in the first quarter, and it was tempting to just abandon the playbook and just start firing the ball. Way too early for that. Stick to what works. Down double digits. We talked about their game plan. Big both running and passing there. You're not going to get the lead like in the ground game. A lot of football left to be played. This one lines up to be incomplete. That's caused by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a second and 10. Prescott to throw. He'll get us up like that. Just a returns his ship out 30. A gain of 13. It's a first down. And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands. Even if it's a passing game. 3 catches a week ago. And he does a nice job here. Pick up yardage. They go back to the ground now. And now a long right there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. That call makes sense because they were throwing a really long drive against the initial pass formation, shotgun, and they ran out. That's a nice play defensively to the whole. Now this one, he has another first down, so get the ball down to the Eagles 14. 15 yards after the catch and run. That's an accelerated right there because of coverage. So
timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
$14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Prescott. This is caught. Touchdown. Terry McLaurin, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Express have got it back to within a score. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they had lost 2 in a row prior to getting the open week last weekend, so potentially a chance for them to get away for a bit, heal up, and come back strong.
That's what the hope is anyway, because you're going to find out now with your team, are you still focused on being the best you can be for the rest of the season with the things going the way they have earlier this year?
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. Wide open receiver complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. They'll throw on 1st down with Hurts. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. They go play action with Hurts. He'll buy some time right. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
It's a 2nd down run with Sanders. A pretty nice, strong run, but can't break away. Down just inside the 30. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the keeper, and it's going to bring up a 4th down. Throwing is Hurts. And he will find his man on the outside. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down on a well-designed play there. That gets him 16 to move the chains.
Well, the field goal attempt was well in hand. They had that, but they decided to go for it anyway. Extreme confidence, it looks like.
Yeah, but I bet the defense is going to remember this one, right? They kind of rubbed their nose in it. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. Touchdown, Eagles! From 13 yards out. And the Eagles have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bowling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time. Now, Charles, remember they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were in the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
Eckler going to get it again on second down. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. 43 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times. Running on first down, Eckler. And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47. Give him 7 yards on the carry, and it will take us to the 2-minute warning. A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coach's 2-minute drill.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They'll try to throw now. Prescott. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he get a good head of steam going.
First down, Prescott. Catch is made by Hunter Renfrow. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Touchdown! Terry McLaurin for their 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Express get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point right down the middle. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there.
This is caught inside the 15. And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Quez Watkins. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. And now it's blocked. But he will not be able to advance this into the end zone, so it will stand as a blocked PAT. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. Second and 5 now. Prescott. All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Eagles defense gets a pick-6 TD. For the defense, they were all over that. As soon as that ball was in the air, it was dangerous. Not only was it intercepted, CD, but they return it for the touchdown.
Yeah, and he read that the entire way. He was reacting before other players had a chance to react themselves. Had the determination to say, this just won't be a pick. It's going to be 6 points as he takes it the other way to the end zone.
Now, this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation, either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Second and 2 at the 22-yard line.
From the 22, Prescott. He completes this one to Terry McLaurin. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half.
That's good for a San Antonio first down. First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Up the middle with Eckler. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. So the Eagles with the lead, and they're going to get this football first as the third quarter gets underway. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner.
And they went to the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
Throwing for his running back, and he's got him complete. Flashes another juke. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the third quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
If you're a coach, you'll absolutely take that run every time on first down, because it really sets you up to go in a number of directions here on second.
And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he's going to be met at about the 43. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves him with a 3rd and 3.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Going up top, and that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
They're going on 4th down with Hurts. As this complete to Daniel Bellinger. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. What a time for his first catch as they get the conversion on 4th. So now following the roll of the dice, they've got a 1st and 10 inside the 35. Hurts a handoff to Sanders. And some room to roam now. And a hard-working run here as he's got it inside the 20, down to the 17. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a 1st down again. Now they'll send the tight end in motion left. Inside the red zone here, they'll look to throw. And he's got his man on the out route. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on 1st down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he could break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. 2nd and 3 from the 9. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown. A.J. Brown, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And the Eagles take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead. Elliott Good with a PAT. And that stretches the lead all the way up to 27. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know, as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it.
And Prescott, his 3rd interception. And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football. Well, to be blunt, not a whole lot has gone right for this defense in this ball game. But that's something right there. Still in the 3rd quarter. It would take something around miracle territory for a comeback, but maybe that's a start, Charles.
It certainly is, and they're definitely showing that there's some fight still left in them. Hasn't been a banner day, but they're trying their best to put that disappointment behind them and find ways to make plays.
A solid run on 1st down, gain of 7, leaves them with a 2nd and 3. Hurts. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins. Halfway to 100 now with career touchdown number 50. And the Eagles are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Elliott Good on the extra point, and the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
In today's NFL, these big guys are featured receivers. They move all over the place to try and find good matchups, and they had one. They were just unable to complete the pass.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Prescott. It's complete. He finds Falk here. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Prescott off play action. Had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
So possession goes over here on the punt, and the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive.
Well, they got to be thrilled with how they've operated so far in this one. They've got the nice lead, and now a chance to score here on 3 straight possessions.
Yeah, and the way that they are rolling, I just don't know how they get slowed down because they certainly are operating at peak efficiency right now. They might want to think about giving some of their backups a little bit of work, though. Let some other guys get on the field and do their thing and save some of this for the next time out.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
An incomplete pass on 2nd down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. This is caught inside the 15. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years, with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one.
And he made that look effortless, didn't he? I mean, he's had a great game throwing the football. This is going to add to his yardage total in a big way. It's one thing to be accurate on your short and intermediate throws, but when you're hitting the bombs like those, look out.
Into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did.
And that one spanning an even 65 yards in the air, according.
And that's going to be caught for an Eagles touchdown.
Daniel Bellinger.
A 1-yard touchdown reception.
And the Eagles get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Elliott on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
Makes the score Eagles 55.
Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Their own 18-yard line.
And this will probably be the last play of the quarter. A 1st down throw for Prescott.
Quickly a slant or in throw.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters have come and gone. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Play fake. Here's Prescott. He'll get that one complete to Connor. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. He'll lose a yard on the play, so now they need 3 yards on 3rd down. They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here.
83 yards on the ground for Eckler here, and that's a 1st down.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
So up through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Darius Slay with a pick.
And the Eagles are going to take possession of the football.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. On 1st down, they'll go to the ground attack. Daron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy. When they practiced for this back in training camp, they knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge. Well, that's a good piece of quarterbacking right there because he certainly felt the pressure coming. The alternative, getting sacked for the first time. He didn't like that option at all. Did a nice job saving yardage by throwing that one away.
On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here.
And a good-looking run there as he'll take this inside the 20 and down to the 18-yard line.
It's a gain of 13 and a 1st down for Philadelphia.
Here's Hurts to throw.
Touchdown, Eagles! An 18-yard touchdown grab.
And the Eagles look like they're about to put an end to their 2-game losing streak as they add on to their lead.
Elliott good with a PAT. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead.
Express 14.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away.
He will return this from deep in the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get...
There he goes, right side. And touchdown.
Jahan Dotson, an even 90 yards. And the Express get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And things have gotten that way in the NFL, haven't they, partner? Because in the old days, people would, they'd get off the gas a little bit, right? But now, people continue to accelerate. But we'll see what they decide to do as they come out for this one. But the way that this game has gone, they've got to be awfully happy with their execution overall.
Oh, and Hurts is going to be hit and taken down to the ground. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on second down. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Well, at this juncture, CD, you normally see teams pack in the passing game. They've got the huge lead. Not them, though. They're still taking their shots.
I remember reading in past history, there was a college football coach in the Hall of Fame whose nickname was Close the Gates of Mercy. But he wasn't really big on that. He was big on go ahead and scoring. He's kind of reincarnated right here. We're watching it in front of us.
And this is caught by Watkins. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. The defense shaking their heads, not aggressive enough, and they allow them to convert a 3rd and 18. And looking to put this game on ice in the 4th quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they...
And give them another 6. It's caught for a touchdown, and the blowout continues. Well, Charles, they had the comfortable lead, and now it's even more comfortable. Another score here in the 4th quarter to grow that lead.
But I think your initial reaction is surprise when you see a team piling it on this late in the blowout. But there are plenty of coaches who also think that if you pull up completely and stop trying to play the game, it shows disrespect to their opponent. So they don't want to embarrass them. They continue to let their players go for it.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not where they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Prescott now. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Nakobe Dean in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. Back near his goal line, it's Prescott. And this will be incomplete. Boy, can you believe this? That one probably should have been picked too. Instead, it's 4th down. They bring their punter out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there. It's fielded at the 45. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll get this complete to Rondale Moore. And he's going to be taken down at about the 33. They have been unstoppable this afternoon, Charles. They just went after them from the start. And pass plays like we just saw, they're continuing their dominance here despite the big lead in the fourth quarter.
And that they have in every way. And plays like that across all phases of the game, they've just been effortless for them in this one. And that's what's helped them build such a large lead and allowed them to smile as this game continues.
He's going to look deep for more. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach. And maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say, because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
Yeah, the Eagles are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line. They'll run with Sanders. A pickup of 4 on 1st down. It'll be 2nd and goal. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
19, 5 years.
2nd down and goal. Hurts. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill. But remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
Elliott good on the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Well, this is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.